Holy smokes, there's a gator by the gas station. Good morning, guys. So today we're heading for just a day trip to Naples, which is obviously on the other side of Florida. So I want to take you with me to show you kind of what it's like to go that distance, maybe 120 miles or something like that, with the Standard Range Plus. So we're probably gonna have to, I kind of even want to stop in the middle of the Everglades because they have some superchargers there, and it's a good location. It's just a cool location to stop and supercharge. So I'm gonna show you just what I would do if when I'm taking the car on longer road trips. But first of all, we're dropping off little Milty right here. I don't know if you can see him. Let's see if we can get the camera in there. Hi, Milty. He's getting adopted today. He's going to his new owners. First things first, we're heading to Boca to drop him off to the new owners, and then we're setting out on the road trip. Milton! Hi, Milton! He's not happy right now.
It's okay, baby.
It's like his second time in a car, and he doesn't know what's going on. You're going home, friend. Hey! You're going home, friend. Are you excited? I don't think so. Not yet. Thing when I drop off our foster kittens, I always need an update to see that they're happy. As soon as I get that, I feel a lot more relaxed. So hopefully they will give us an update tonight. It's always tough to say goodbye to cats, but you gotta do it. The thing with Milton is we really did not think he was going to survive. He came and was super weak and had the worst diarrhea. It was rough. He was super dehydrated. He turned out to be a healthy, happy little kitten. It's only 8:04 here, and we are at 78%. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and charge somewhere. Let's see where we have the chargers here. This one is in Deerfield Beach. It's not that far away. I think we're gonna go over here and just charge up the car before we head out and cross the Everglades.
I got here and all of them were full.
Yeah, me too. Let me show you exactly where we're going. We're going to Naples. So it's 118 miles, 1 hour 47 minutes, and as you can see, we're gonna be down at 4% when we get there, so we're gonna have to probably fill up in the middle. Yeah, but now we're at 76. Yeah, so we're gonna have enough charge to get all the way to Naples, but at the same time I want to stop in the middle in the Everglades because of the cool charging stations. I'm not sure if we're gonna do that on the way there or on the way back. We're gonna have to see. I've been doing this for charging is done, and this is what it looks like right now. We're gonna have 1 hour and 47 minutes to go and 118 miles to our destination. We're gonna end up in Naples with 18% left. So yeah, that's what you get in a Standard Range Plus. Not the best, I have to admit, for road trips, but I rarely do road trips in this car, so it doesn't really matter to me. And when we do, I don't mind stopping every now and then on the way there. So let's get going with this road trip and see if we actually gonna have to stop before Naples or if we can make it there on that 18% left. Now that I think about it, the official number, the range for this car is 263 miles. Now, going to Naples is 111 miles right there, and we have an 84% charge, and we estimated that we were gonna arrive in Naples with 17% of charge. So 263 just doesn't make sense at all. It's really nowhere near 263 miles of range. That's really not okay. Like, to put out, because if you're gonna use the range 263 miles in one go, you're usually going to make a road trip, and that's when all the range is going to be used, and that means that you're gonna go 65, 70, 75 miles per hour. So the range should reflect that. I think the official range number should definitely reflect that number as well. So that's definitely one thing I don't like about Teslas and electric cars in general, is the estimated range that we have on the cars. It's just not you know, attached to reality yet. At this point, I still haven't figured out why I was using so much more energy on this trip compared to the previous one that I did maybe a month or so after I took delivery of the car. Which, of course, I think pretty much every one of you have figured that out now. And that is, of course, the wheels. So I'm just gonna keep this rolling here until you notice when I figure that out myself. And that's actually on the way back from Naples that it actually hit me. Like, oh, I forgot. I actually switched the dimensions of the wheels and tires, and that might have an impact on the range. Quick update here. We've gone 59 miles since the last charge, and we're down to 52%. So the percentage here is more like you get 1% per mile, and that is closer than the actual 263 estimated miles. That's the official number. So what we're gonna do now, we kind of have to. I didn't know if I was going to stop here halfway or not, but we're gonna stop over there somewhere where some superchargers are and charge up, because we need to if we want to get to Naples.
I wonder if we're a gator. Is that a gator? That might be a gator.
So yeah, here we are in the middle of the Everglades. And we're charging, but at least it's a nice location out here. Not bad. It's in the middle of pretty much nothing. But anyway, the official numbers, this road trip is pretty much the first time I really miss an internal combustion car, because road trips, if Tesla says 263 miles on a charge, I think it should be at least close to 220. I mean, we went 53 miles. We started with 90% charge. We went 60 miles, and we're down to 50%. So, I mean, the real range on a road trip would actually be closer to 120 miles or something like that, I guess. If you're getting a Tesla Model 3 and want to do a lot of road trips, you might want to consider the long range at least, or the performance. I'm not sure if it's my car that's just, the battery might be a little messed up on. Not sure. I would love to hear from other Model 3 Standard Range Plus owners. If you're one of them, let me know in the comments below. If you go on a road trip, if you cruise around 70, 75 miles per hour, 80, 70 to 80, something like that, how much juice do you actually lose compared to, or how much range do you actually lose compared to if you just go regular start and stop, regular city traffic? Would love to know in the comments below if it's just my car that gets 130 miles of range on the highway, or if that's actually a Standard Range Plus thing. Now, keep in mind, I still haven't figured out or thought of the change of wheels here, which I'm going to figure out at the end of this video. So let's keep rolling. Holy smokes, there's a gator by the gas station. Hello. Pretty crazy.
You're a little guy.
And there is the gas station. I've been charging for 10-15 minutes. Saw a gator over there, which is pretty cool. Let's see where we're at. We can get back on the road. 14 minutes, 73%. We should arrive at 36% now. I think we're just gonna wait 5 more minutes and then we head out. I'm pretty sure Teslas are kind of optimized to be in the 70 to 75 mile range on highways, because the battery drainage compared from, if I go 75 compared to going 80, is a massive difference in battery drainage. So here you can see we're going 80 about this point right here. You can see the projected range is a lot lower than what it is right now. Now it's about 112, and this, I'm not sure why it dips here, because we're going the same speed, but it feels like going 75 has a huge impact if you want to go far in a Standard Range Plus, or I guess in any EV, any Teslas for that matter. Just stay under 80 and keep it around 70, 75 tops. on the way back here, this is when I started to think about what could really be causing this massive difference from the first time going to Naples and the second time. Maybe about 30% or 35% less range this time. And of course, it hit me right now. After half the day has gone and I've been trying to figure this out for the longest time, that hey, I did switch wheels and tires and that will affect the range, obviously, but I did not expect it to impact the range in such a profound way. And that's the biggest takeaway from this video, I would say, is just how big of an impact the change in wheel. I think it has a lot to do with the wheel width, not so much the diameter of the wheel, but both of them have a role in the lack of range as well. But I think the 275s in the rear, they affect the range a lot more than just switching from 19 to 20-inch wheels. So I'm gonna show you now the epiphany I had at the on the way back here, so you can see just at the moment when I actually realized this myself. It looks like we have to stop here on the way back again, but I never claimed that I'm the smartest person in the world, and the reason why the range is so much worse this time than it was last time is obviously because I changed the wheels and tires on the car. So I have 275s now in the rear, and that obviously means that the range is going to be severely impacted. And now I did a video on that before, and that was just local driving. It was just driving back and forth to the gym, and that really didn't affect the range that bad. But I guess when you're out on the highway, and if you're doing 75, 80, the range is a lot more impacted when you have these 20-inch wheels compared to the original 19 sport wheels that I used to have, which were two 35s both front and rear. So now we have two 35s in the front and the two 75s in the rear, and I guess that does impact the range about, I would say, 40% less range when it comes to driving back and forth from Fort Lauderdale to Naples and back. So it's a bit of a hit. Cool looking Crown Vic. Almost back home, and the conclusion to this mystery of missing miles comes down to something that I totally did not think of, and that is the different wheels that I have on the car this time compared to the last time. So we lost about, before I put these wheels on, I did some research and looked up what people actually were losing in miles when they put 275s in the rear, and they said that they lost about 30% of the range, 30-35%, and I didn't really see that myself because I was just going these small trips, quick trips back and forth to the gym and so on, to the beach. So I never really got to experience what impact it really would have if you go on a longer road trip. And I guess it has a lot bigger impact when you're on the highway than it has when you're just driving daily like this in 40-mile-per-hour traffic. So that's the conclusion. It's if you want to do road trips in your center range plus, you might now want to put 275s in the rear. It's just I mean, for me it's worth it. I love the way it looks, and that's all that matters to me. I rarely do road trips in this car, but get the long range. Get maybe not the staggered setup if you want 20-inch wheels. Just get 235s all around and not have the 275s in the rear if that is a big issue for you. But there you go. Center Range Plus, not the best road trip car, but it works if you can make it work if you want to. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.